Before you watch this, watch the prenatal intro and disclaimer video. The link is below in the notes section. Today, Leanne and I are going to break down some really popular poses that you'll see in a regular yoga class and how to adapt for your body as you progress throughout your pregnancy. So some easy ways to modify if you're going to continue practicing as you get pregnant or as you continue in your pregnancy. I am in my third trimester, about 35 weeks. Leanne's in her second trimester, 17 weeks. So you'll see our bodies look different, but we've both noticed the need to use props. We really like the cork blocks, so something really sturdy. If you've got bolsters and blankets, you might choose to use those as well. We'll show you ways to modify some poses that you're probably used to doing over and over again, how to make them more comfortable, and number one, how to make them safe for you and your baby throughout your practice. You ready?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll have Leanne start at the top of her mat facing sideways. You guys can see from this angle how she's moving. And we'll work into some sun salutations. And as your belly gets bigger, it can be really uncomfortable to fold forward and you don't have quite as much space to step. So inhale, reach your arms to the sky. This will be about the same. Exhale, forward fold. She can always bring her hands to blocks. Lowest, middle, tallest settings, and she can always bring her feet wider. So as your belly gets bigger, you might find the need to adjust. Knees can be bent, head and neck relaxed. Beautiful. Next inhale, she'll take a halfway lift. Hands can stay on the blocks or can come to her shins, long spine. Exhale, hands to blocks, and take a step back. Most people are gonna go to chaturanga. I'll have Leanne go to tabletop. You're welcome to do chaturanga. As things get really big, it's gonna be uncomfortable. So staying in a tabletop versus a plank. And then instead of chaturanga up dog, she's gonna do a little cow and cat pose. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back. Exhale, cat, round as much as you can. Back to neutral spine. And then downward facing dog with her hands on blocks. So what this does is allow a little bit more space, bring more weight into her legs. And then as she's ready to step forward, it gives more space for her to step forward. So inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Beautiful. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise to standing arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Really nice. Another thing that we want to pay attention to when you're pregnant and doing yoga is no deep twists. So when the teacher says poses like chair twist or crescent twist, we're gonna modify. So have Leanne start in a chair pose. And something that I really like is feet a little bit wider. This gives you a more stable base and then a block between your thighs. These cork ones are heavy, but it really forces you to engage your inner thighs. Also engages your pelvic floor, which is great, like a Kegel or Mula Bandha, helping for pregnancy. So instead of her deep prayer twist, she's gonna do an open arm twist, right arm back, left arm forward. And this allows the space for her belly, so there's no compression, but still a gentle rotation so she feels the benefit of the twist. The block keeps her knees in alignment, which thus keeps her hips in alignment. Another option if you're feeling your low back is to place your right hand on your sacrum. So she's got a little stability there. Left arm forward, does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. Nice. We'll take her back to center, arms high, and then take it to the other side so you can see the other direction. So again, same options, arms wide. She's got a tall, long spine, a gentle twist, and she wants left hand to her sacrum, a little grounding sensation. Beautiful. Back to center chair, and then feel free to remove the block, and then step it back. Right foot back. We'll take her into a crescent lunge, both arms to the sky. And same idea will apply here. So instead of a prayer twist, where most of the class will bring hands to heart and twist deeply to her left, Leanne's got two choices. One is to do an open arm twist, like she did in chair. Right arm forward, left arm back. Beautiful. Same thing, she can always take her hand, left hand to her sacrum. That's a little bit more grounding or stable. The other option is to take this more into a side angle. So rather than twisting across her body, so twisting to her left, she would thus twist open to her right. So so you can bring your hands to prayer and take your forearm down, arm up, or just take this beautiful side angle. So even though you'll be facing a different direction from the rest of the class, that's gonna allow some space, some openness, a gentle twist without getting too deep or compressing anything. And let's have you come back to crescent lunge, face the front, step your right foot forward, left foot back, and then take the other side so you've got some balance there. So same thing. You could always stay in crescent lunge too and just not take the twist. Or instead of the prayer, open arms. Right hand to sacrum if you like that. Or instead of twisting in the direction of your leg, taking it into more of a side angle, back heel pivots flat, and twisting more open. So a lot of times teachers will call twisting toward your leg a cross body twist, and this is more of an open body twist. And then as you're ready, back to crescent lunge and step it forward. And then I'll have Leanne come back down to her hands and knees. So another one we really want to pay attention to and avoid is any prone poses, so laying on your belly. I avoided them completely starting second trimester, so once I started to feel a little bit of a bloat, I don't know about Leanne, but that doesn't feel great to put some compression there. In your second trimester, baby moves from being within your pelvis, so very protected, to into your belly, and so that's where we want to protect it. So if a teacher calls out locust pose, floor bow, even cobra, something where you're laying on your belly, lifting your chest, hands and knees is a great place to go. One of the things I like to do is opposite arm and leg. So right leg back, left arm forward. Yeah, so Leanne brought her knees together. What this is doing is creating the spinal strength that those poses are going for. So she's working her back. She's also working her core and balance. And then you can bring your foot and knee and hand down and then switch. And you can play with either holding, or one of the things that can be fun sometimes is to inhale, lift, and exhale, lower, and make it more of a moving pose. She's got her hands on blocks. That's great. It's bringing the ground up. You can always take, yeah, nice. You can always take your hands straight to the ground if that's comfortable. Beautiful. And then feel free to release. Another option for this one, especially if the class is doing floor bow, where they're on their belly reaching back for both feet, is to take kind of like a modified side plank or a modified half moon. 1 foot back, 1 foot pivots. She's stacking hips and shoulders, and then she can reach back for her lifted foot. So that's gonna give the same sensation of floor bow reaching for both feet, but with the support of hand and knee down and without putting weight on her belly. Really nice. And then if you want to switch and take it to the other side. So the goal is support, safety, comfort, and maybe still working some of the same body parts that the rest of the class is working. So you're part of the group. You're feeling the same idea and motions, but just modifying for how it feels better and is safer in your body. Beautiful release. And then I'll have Leanne lastly come to a seat with her legs extended out in front. So this will be the same for any standing forward folds. We did this in that sun salute, but I recommend feet a little bit wider. So she can spread feet even wider if she wants. When your belly's really big, you're gonna want them really wide so you get some space to fold forward. And then grab your blocks and bring them between your legs. So blocks will bring the ground toward you. So whether you're standing and have your hands on blocks or you're seated, bringing the blocks or the props towards you will help you elevate. So this may be what her seated forward fold looks like. She can relax her head. Yeah, and then if she wanted to, we can play with this one. She can bring her blocks a little closer and stack them up to build a position to support her head. So depending on how flexible you are, the blocks can help support. Anytime you've got support, it's easier to relax into rather than just sort of hanging into your joints or folding into nothing. Sweet, and you can come up whenever you're ready. Beautiful, thanks. So use lots of props, use the blocks, get creative about where you have them handy. I always kind of have them near the front of my mat. Stepping back, I'll drop a knee. Stepping forward, I'll drop a knee. Hands to blocks in the highest settings. Don't be a hero and try and push yourself. Use the support that you have and think about not laying on your belly, not twisting too deep, bringing the ground up, and then supporting yourself however you can with those props. All right, thanks.